Wanna be where you are, I want you to look away, boy. Be my superstar, your love is all it takes, boy. Wanna be where you are, want you to look.
Hi there, it's Paul here from the House of the Outsiders, and thank you for dropping by. Today I have a new art journal page, and after the debacle of the last page where the paints I used I found were really awkward to draw over, I decided I'd go back to what I'm used to and what I know. And so I'm starting my page off with acrylic inks. That's how I'm going to make my background. What you can see here is I have taken my white acrylic ink, which I've noticed is I've not got very much of it left. I think of all my acrylic inks, the white is the one I must use a lot of. So anyway, I poured out about 3 or 4 drops of white and added 1 drop of purple because I wanted it to be a lighter violet colour. Now I love Rowney's inks, but they are a bit light on the kind of purples that you can buy. They only have a dark purple. There is a light purple, but it's which I did buy, but I hadn't realised it's got mica in it and it makes the page all shiny, and I'm not over keen. So anyway, took my brush, my sponge brush, and coated the page in purple and set aside to dry. So in the meantime, what I did, because I wanted this kind of graphic triangles page. No, that doesn't make any sense, does it? I'm inspired by a card I saw somebody make, and they used a Union Jack and it had kind of triangles and things, and I thought, yeah, I like that. She used crackle paint on her triangles, but as I was inspired by the idea and thought, well, I'll do something similar. So I got on the computer, drew the outline of the journal page so I could have my dimensions, and I drew the triangles, printed it out, got some green paint, as you see, painted all over my green triangles, even outside the lines because I know I'm cutting it up. Got some yellow paint and sponged that over the top just to give it a little bit of visual texture. Once everything had dried, I took my black Posca pen and instead of the crackle effect which I'd seen on this card that I was inspired by, I thought I'd draw my crackles, use my Posca pen, and I just loosely doodled over all 4 triangles. Took forever, but with a bit of music on in the background, no problem. So here I am back with my page, now it's dried, and I thought, well, I've textured the green triangles with a bit of sponging. I'll do the same for my page. So I took some Lavender paper Artsy paint, just a little bit, got my sponge and dabbed ever so lightly over my page. So whilst I set that to dry, it was time to take my triangles, and what I was going to do was cut the triangles out of the paper, leaving a template so that I could lay that piece of paper over my journal page and make marks as to where those triangles will go. As you can see here, I've taken the template that's left, use a little bit of washi tape to stick it to my page, and now I'm just marking where the triangles will go. Brilliant in theory, I even numbered the pieces, but as you'll see when we get to the final page, don't know where it went wrong, but on one of the sides it doesn't look very even. I don't know why. Anyway, you'll see that to come up. What I'm doing now is I'm taking each of those green triangles and I've taken a dark green pencil and started shading around the edges just to give it a little bit more texture. Once I'd done that, again I took a black Posca pen and outlined all the triangles. You can see here that there's a little number 4 to tell me where it's going to be positioned, because I've numbered where all these are going to be painted, and you can see on the purple page where I let my pencil marks. So I'm gluing them all on, and you can see in this very last placement, as I'm placing it on, I can see, yeah, it's not very straight. So I thought, not a lot I can do about that now. I tried to get it all looking perfect. But anyway, with the light green against the purple, they really pop out against each other. These are complementary-ish colours, and wow, they look good together. But because I'd outlined the triangles in black, I thought I'd also do the same with the black. So with the border around the actual journal page itself, just to give it a bit of unity. Now here I've taken two faces. I'm going to have one on the left hand side, one on the right hand side, and I wanted them facing in different directions. And I'm cutting them into these little half figures, which makes these portraits look like they've turned into side views. I know there's a name for it, I can't remember. Now they were looking a little busy stuck just on the page, so I thought to give them some space, sort of like to separate them from the page, I painted a bit of card with some teal and then stuck my faces onto them. And after that I thought, well, it's time to anchor those heads to these ovals by giving them necks and clothing. And then to start outlining. So I've taken a thicker and a thinner Posca pen, and now I'm, well, busy doodling away these faces, giving them some personality, making them look like the weird little characters that they are. And what I was hoping for, and what I think succeeded in, is that when I then add these to the centres of each of my pages, they will now stand out a lot more. Okay, adding a little bit more to the detail with my black. And I think I'm going to start taking a white pen, because although I like those eyes as they are, they just get even spookier if you fill them in white. It just gives them more of a cartoonish quality. It starts looking less like a magazine cutout and more like something you've drawn and doodled on yourself. Again, to anchor those ovals and keep it in unity with everything else I've done, I took a pencil and added a little bit of darker colour just to the outsides before taking the Posca pen and outlining in black. So it's the same as the journal page, same as the triangles. And as you can see, once I put those faces on top, they stand out from the page, whereas beforehand, it was just too busy. Okay, so I'm gluing them in with my liquid glue this time. Tried the dry stick glue for a couple of pages, and yeah, I get variable results with it. Sometimes it sticks, sometimes it doesn't, so I think I'll stick with the wet glue. And for the journaling, I printed it all out on computer, decided what I wanted the big quote to be, and I thought, given again the graphic nature or the graphic style of the background, the journaling wanted to be keeping with that, so I didn't want kind of drawn on, so I did it computerised, I did it on black, I gave it a white border, just felt that it kept with the unity of the page. And you've heard me moan in the last couple of pages that I didn't like how things have turned out, or these pages go wrong, but do you know what, this one I actually do like. I finally found a page that I'm happy with. I mean, it's colourful, it's vibrant, it's got the graphic style into it, it's not overly messy, it pops out, and it just, I don't know, ticks all the boxes for me. So this is my kind of page, so I must remember that when I come to making some future ones. Anyway, hope you enjoy me rambling and making all sorts of weird comments, and yeah, I shall speak to you soon. Bye for now.